Whoa, crazy.
Wow.
Blowing my expectations right out of the water.
Big shock, bud, big shock.
I am in a Maverick band.
Oh, my.
My goodness gracious. But guys, welcome back to our desk. It's myself, Stokes, and I'm joined by Flynn as always, or traditionally speaking for, lands like this. So, as we jump into Map 3, guys, it's been a long journey so far in a game that no one thought was going to end up as serious as it has.
Yeah.
We've traded maps back and forth between these two teams, each one taking the other's respective map choice, and now we're down to Clubhouse. Flynn, how are you feeling about this?
Well, I mean, NaVi's going to be starting, obviously, from a position of favor and strength. They're going to be starting on defense on Club. There's no Maverick. There's no Jackal. We're going to lose the Echo in the ban phase as well. I imagine a Mira, but we might get spicy with that in a minute. I think NaVi's going to start this off. It really comes down to Wildcard being able to transition into the half, knowing they're going to be down at the half, most likely. We're going to lose the Mira anyway, so
figures.
Nothing inventive or creative here. But my big thing for Wildcard is to not get downtrodden on themselves and not feel deflated heading into the half. That's the big thing about these defensive-sided maps. Cafe, Clubhouse, Villa, maps like that where your rotation is going to suck on attack. It's going to be hard. You're going to lose some rounds. It's just the nature of the map and the nature of how good these teams are on the defense when they're given that advantage. It's one of those situations where you just cannot let yourself lose focus. You have to remain confident, poised, and energetic heading into that second half.
And that's the thing about Clubhouse. It's practically a baby cafe. You're going to have the exact same issues on the offensive side. Granted, this is a little bit close to center as opposed to Cafe, which is right up around that 55% margin going towards the defense. This is right around 53. So obviously, it's still, very tiny. I know, I'm trying to get to my words.
You good there, bud?
Yeah, just had a stroke for a second, but it's fine. Anyway, this match is just so intense, I can't even talk. Gosh.
That's the thing. This match has been probably... I think this has blown everyone's expectations out of the water.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Everyone thought this was going to be a walk.
There's been so many spectacular individual efforts on both sides of the game. And for Wildcard here on the attack, they're going to be starting attacking downstairs. NaVi will be defending the basement. Pretty typical lineup coming in. So we don't see the Jaeger ban. We saw that on Cafe, and that worked out somewhat. I mean, there was the grenade team kill in Cigar upstairs on Cafe.
You wish there was an ADS there.
You just wish that didn't happen at all. But honestly, for Wildcard here attacking towards the basement, I don't imagine NaVi's going to be going for anything imaginative in terms of roaming. This is probably going to be 4 on site, 1 maybe flexing up blue or flexing up main stairs to apply some pressure, as we see Kendra doing right now. And then as soon as the heat gets too hot to handle, he's going to fall on back to site, and it'll be up to Wildcard to execute. And site executions for Wildcard, those have been pretty dreadful so far on the attacking side. Getting the opening picks, however, is still NaVi's game. There goes Derpe or Hibana, and he's going to head to the top floor instead. Kendra not falling back and not backing down anytime soon. That's a big loss there and a big misplay for Wildcard.
Well, he knew Kendra was there. You can see the damage has been done, but obviously not enough to get the kill and trade. Wildcard not starting off on equal footing, going to be on a back foot for this round so far, but they're going for the typical take, clear out strip club, clear out top floor, pressure everyone to go downstairs, and then go for your execute. But the issue is now, though, they're losing so many people without trades. I mean, Citizen gets away with the bag with no damage done.
Well, opening picks continue to rain down for NaVi. Still have to worry about Kendra upstairs inside of logistics, turning his attention towards the main stairs, but yeah, he's just killing time. Midway through the round here, Imaren has him pinned. Doesn't have any rotations, doesn't have any options, so he's just gonna prone behind the desk and wait for drones to come at him and try and take another one with him if he can. But Ethan's drone's gonna bail down the main stairs. They've completely lost track of Kendra, and within the next 15-20 seconds, they're gonna run out of opportunities. They're just going to have to bail, and Kendra's gonna come in for a massive flank if they don't take care of them very soon.
Well, that's the thing. Kendra's playing this to a T. You don't have to do anything. You already have your picks. If you get another kill here, that's just icing on the cake. Look at how much time he's wasted. That's going to be a double. Can he get the triple? He almost does. No, he does. Oh, my God. Kendra. Diesel with the trade, but it's going to be all for naught, Flynn. It's a 1 versus 4. You're Thermite. What are you possibly going to do?
there's not a lot here you can do. NaVi is not going to fall into the trap, and Diesel right now has basically no options. There's been no breaching done. He still has both of his exothermic charges, and the Hibana was the opening pick onto Derpe. So now for NaVi, it's sit back and wait, and for Wildcard here for Diesel, it's kill a little bit of time, let the team regroup, and try and get your picks where you can. He's going to drop down into Oil Pit. A wooden barricade will be a sound cue for all of NaVi to aggress upon him here. No long angles being held on top of these kill holes on top of the boxes by dummies. But again, yeah, Diesel's just killing some time here. And there goes the jump up. NaVi with nearly a flawless round. Only Kendra will fall, but he picked up 3 in the process. Beautiful work there for NaVi. I was wrong. The roam, really the difference maker on that round.
We both voiced concern early on before this map about how are you going to imbue Clubhouse with aggressive playstyle. It doesn't work out very, very often, but for NaVi it is. And from what we were able to gather from the separate perspectives that we were watching is that Wildcard's roam clear is just not there. They're going for a lot of solo plays, and what we saw from NaVi, especially on Coastline, they're pretty opted to shoot back. And right now it's working out for them. Wildcard needs to group up in order to clear this roam game. Kendra with a very nice shot to the outside near Mud Tunnel.
Oh, that's where that pick was. I was going to say,
I thought he came in through strip.
I was going to say, why in the hell is Derpe trying to clear? But no, that makes a lot more sense. Kendra is just
This was absolutely
having fun.
Oh, what a play by Kendra as well. You can see he tried to go for the nitro cell. It didn't work out, but that always makes you a little hesitant when you hear a nitro cell just beeping. You go, where is this thing? I don't know what to do. So it might have not have worked out for him to get a kill, but it definitely could have done its due diligence to throw Wildcard off just a little bit.
Well, NaVi gonna shake things up a little bit. Whether you go top floor or bottom floor in terms of CC or basement,
There's no castle.
there's no castle, but you're going gym bedroom as your secondary site. That is a bit of a swap. Honestly, you could pick your poison. Gym bedroom's usually the site that you lose more often than not on Clubhouse in the defense. But I mean, it's still a rotation you have to hit at some point.
Yeah.
Not a lot of teams have invested into the Flynn favorite of bar stock.
No, you need to stop with that.
No, I'm never gonna stop.
That map,
Listen,
that site is
No.
truly terrible.
No.
It's absolutely abysmal.
No, it's the best.
There's nothing I could possibly say inside of this map that I would rather play besides bar stock. It is absolutely terrible. But besides the point, Wildcard is more than likely going to be thrown off kilter just a little bit. They more than likely assume this is going to be a CCTV, but when it's Clubhouse, you practically bring the exact same operator lineup the entire time. And so far, they're going to echo that. Natus Vincere, though, going to shake things up a little bit. We were just talking about how there is no castle, and that's actually very, very weird as opposed to how this is traditionally held. Traditionally, you're going to have ADSs set up inside of gym, along with castle barricades in tandem in order to burn almost all of the secondary utility of the operators on the offensive side. It helps out a lot because then all you have really is, well, maybe a frag grenade, a stun, and then your primary utility in order to go for that site execute.
I like the prioritization here of utility as well. It looked like Imaren was about to use an impact from the lifeline onto this exterior soft server wall, but instead they call Ethan over, get the skeleton key. You've got a lot of buckshots on that thing and not a lot to do with them really. You're opening up hatches onto the rooftop. You're not really going to get a lot of entry down below. It's a very risky proposition to try and enter in towards the bar with both the construction hatch to drop onto stage and the pool table hatch open. There's so many opportunities to be taken care of, and our first engagement looks like it's going to be Nello, and he's going to try and K-trick the wall.
You're going to need the thermite here. You guys heard the other duo of Kix and Atero talking about this earlier on, but the fuse timer on Hibana is a whole hell of a lot longer than the exothermic charges of thermite. So helps out a little bit when you're trying to get rid of some electro claws. Derp, though, actually going to win out on the other side as Citizen tries to rotate out, but immediately gets shot by the Type 89.
Yeah, Nello's droned out and spotted on top of this table inside of Cash, and again, his job is just to burn time, and you look at the clock right now, 60 seconds tick away against Wildcard, and they're still trying to contest with Nello. Citizen may have fallen there, but I don't know what, okay, Derpe's yelling about something. I don't know what he's yelling for, but I guess we're just going to keep on going for a minute. 45 on the clock, tick away against Wildcard as they have to adapt to whatever the hell's going on, and we'll ignore it for the time being. Saves with a punch hole now looking in towards the construction window, as all of NaVi right now momentarily stalling out on the defense, but Wildcard not making any forward progression. The vault out through the window will be a sound cue again. Aim taken there from Kendra as the diffuser's left on the roof right now. No one has possession of it, and there's only 23 seconds left.
NaVi is playing so slow here, and that's exactly what they need to do. Wildcard has that opening pick, but they have been so antsy about picking what side they want to go for. Pi now doing his due diligence to be able to shut down his take on the jacuzzi wall. He sees another one, Kendra to tack on. Pi is in a battle for the widths of main stairs, but it's actually going to be the Jaeger that rotates in. They have bathroom control as the trade's going back and forth, but NaVi comes out on top.
Again, just the time control here for Wildcard pretty poor, and honestly, NaVi doing a great job of killing this time. So it looks like we are going to go to some kind of technical
we're going to go to the tech
break here.
I believe that the issue is that Derp does not have audio in his headset. He was tapping his headset. I think that the box might have messed up there for just a second. So we'll have the refs get that sorted as we try and break down what happened across these last 2 rounds. So that last round in particular, they were going for a cash take, and it worked out for them for the most part initially. But the issue is now...
We'll join in.
Why
not? Get some claps going. You can see the whole right side of the audience right now. They're loving this. The left side of the audience does not care. Oh, there we go. Let's go, baby.
We're all about loud and proud.
Oh, this left side in front of us, though, does not care.
They don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on.
They are not entertained. They are not in. They are not joining in the fun.
No, but overall, that cash take was working out. They were able to get the pick onto Citizen, but it looked like they were a little antsy to go in there and dig Nello out of his bunker. And once they shifted over, they did not have enough time to try and get a proper execute down. They didn't have logistic control. They tried to throw caution to the wind, hop in through gym, pressure the jacuzzi wall, and as we know how it typically goes when you don't have control of logistics, you get shot from bathroom, someone challenges you from logistics door, and you're more than likely going to lose the round because of it.
Well, right now here for Wildcard, like we said, attacking is going to be a nightmare on Clubhouse, as it often is, just like it is on Cafe, and we saw that demonstrated quite well. For NaVi right now, they seem to be enjoying themselves, obviously starting the clap chant, starting the surge of chanting and clapping from the audience.
As we know, traditionally speaking, if you have crowd support, you can do anything.
Honestly, it's a big momentum changer, and for both of these teams, you would think Wildcard would have a little bit of a home field advantage in terms of crowd support, but there's a lot of NaVi supporters. I've even seen some NaVi jerseys floating around the venue.
Maybe the left side is just Wildcard fans.
Maybe.
Could be a thing.
That would make sense considering they're lined up with Wildcard.
Hey, there you go. You got to sit in front of the team that you rep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're confused why we haven't gotten back into the game right now, it currently stands at a 2-0 scoreline for NaVi on the defensive club. They've won the basement, they've won gym bedroom, but we still stand at a technical timeout. We got something going wrong, and the refs and the admins are still working hard to solve the issue. So it's most likely going to be a CCTV cash hold here, unless NaVi wants to employ the Flynn strap book. And I'd be really entertained to see a bar stock hold. The last time I called it out, though, and it got used on a game, it was G2 and Raleigh, and they lost the round. So I feel like I'm cursed whenever I see it, but if someone else does it while I'm not casting, then we'd be fine. For CCTV and cash, though, time control is still the issue for Wildcard, and honestly, it hasn't even had to do much with the site. First round, it's Kendra upstairs. Second round, it's cash. Nothing to do with the bomb site. Last time 2 teammates aced. I didn't get to read the end of it.
The last time 2 teammates aced in the same map was all the way back at the 6th Invitational with Necrox and Geo, 2 NA natives.
That's interesting.
Yeah, definitely interesting. Definitely will keep the information train rolling here. But if you guys are just joining us, we're casting over Natus Vincere versus Wildcard, which has been an absolute barn burner if you've not been up to date on social media or anything like that. I mean, for God's sakes, look at the top of your screen. They each have a map, and to make it even better, it's each other's maps that they have.
Yeah, map picks not really going the way we expected today. Coastline was a complete shutdown by NaVi. Wildcard jumped off to an early, massive advantage on Cafe. NaVi clawed their way back as best they could on Cafe, but unfortunately it ended just a little too short for them in terms of running it back and forcing overtime. We are, okay, the timer ticked down a little bit more, but we lost someone from the lobby, so we're still going to be taking a little bit longer here on the break. Yep. For the defense here for NaVi, I don't think you change anything. For Wildcard, I think they're getting too distracted with opposite ends of the map from the objective. Right now, they showed an innate ability, especially on Cafe, to hold flanks. And right now it looks like they're trying to entertain an entire roam clear on Club versus just holding a flank. And yeah, there's a lot of flanking possibilities on Club, especially when attacking towards the basement. But if you've shown in the past that you're much better at holding the flank instead of directly engaging with it, then let him sit upstairs. You know, he was just sitting behind a desk for 2 minutes looking to kill time after he got the opener. Let him sit up there and have someone dedicate either the dead guy, sit on the drone that's watching, it's not doing anything else, right?
Still got a job to do.
Hold the flank, or if you really feel like you need to, dedicate one of the living people who has utility that can help out with the rest of the push, close by, but holding the flank as well. For Wildcard, I don't think entertaining the full roam clear right now is beneficial to them because they aren't winning their gunfights when they're going for the clear.
Yeah, no, it really seems to me that these last 2 rounds in particular, Wildcard just wanted the whole cake. You know, they wanted everything. They want cash, they want Jacuzzi, they want logistics. That really doesn't work inside of Siege. You have to really segment what you want. Do you want logistics to take Jacuzzi wall? I mean, for that site in particular, logistics is extremely important. You can shut down construction. If you're going to go for that cash clear, then yeah, take logistics, make it to where they can't rotate out. I think that the main issue right now is that they're not focused on one thing at a time, Flynn. They're just segmented too far from each other in order to get the job done.
Yeah, I think the split pushes really aren't helping all that much either. I think grouping up is a better idea. You can see, especially when they were attacking on that first round, trying to clear out Kendrew, the number of people that had to rotate off of a different job that they were trying to conduct off on the other side of the map, you know, it kills a lot of time just to rotate over to make sure you have someone close range to play the trade. At that point, I mean, you really got to start grouping up and really just ignoring the roam for the most part. Play the flank and try and hold back a little bit, because right now NaVi's on a heater. They're not losing gunfights, and I don't remember when we got the 9 out of the last 11 round stat, but I'm sure Wildcard hasn't won many rounds, honestly, in the last 15 or so, to be honest. That's got to be pretty demoralizing, and like I said, you're going to be down at the half. Just try and limit the damage, and make sure you stay positive. This break as well is probably not going to help things.
No, not at all. I definitely agree with you on the damage control front. If you're able to limit that, then you'll obviously be able to keep your sanity more than likely going into the defensive half, and that's where your moneymaker is. That's where you need to rack up those rounds. Here's a round breakdown for you guys across the last 2 maps. NaVi showing up on Coastline in particular. Cafe just not their cup of tea today. We'll have to see if that could possibly change for tomorrow if they will be the victor overall on Clubhouse. But again, we are on the defensive side, so this is nothing out of the ordinary to start off 2-0.
Nope. And especially winning the gym defense, that gives more flexibility to NaVi to be able to set a clean sweep of rotation. If they get this CCTV cash defense when we get back underway, that's the 3-0 lead. Wildcard still has a tactical timeout in the back pocket. They can call it right after the next round, after this lengthy tech break. It's, again, something that could slow down the momentum of NaVi, but right now, it comes down to making sure that you're playing within an equal separation of one another to play trades, because you're not winning your initial gunfight, so you got to start taking 2v1s, because NaVi is leaving people on an island. There's one person going off and having some fun in the middle of nowhere, but you're only sending one person to try and handle it at a time. You need to start stacking up, because you're not winning your 1v1s right now.
Yeah, especially looking into the future right now for Wildcard. I mean, we already know what the next site's going to be. It's CCTV room. You're not going bar unless your name is Flynn. So CCTV is going to be obviously the defensive site, and since the offense has had so much trouble allocating the proper jobs to be handled in the proper order, it begs the question, what is their take going to be like for CCTV? Are they going to get the wall opened in proper timing? How's that garage control going to go? Will they later on have to shift over to a master and construction take? Those are all big questions, because overall, especially going to gym bedroom, that should be almost rudimentary to be able to take over.
Yep, and for the defensive side here for NaVi, you're well favored. For Wildcard, I kind of want to see more of that just that spice they had even in the beginning of Coastline. You know, those rounds were very close, and especially on Cafe, where they seemed like they weren't as rigid, they weren't as structured. Dev's talking about how this is one of the more structured teams in APAC, and it's understandable, but when they were more flexible and a little less predictable on Cafe, that was when they were getting the rounds that they needed. It seems like, again, NaVi's done the homework on Wildcard as they should heading in, and it doesn't look like Wildcard has done much to change what they've been implementing.
Well, we do have Dirt back in the lobby. That's a sign of at least some success so far on this tech pause, so hopefully things are getting fixed. More than likely checking audio right now, and then we will get things figured out and then jump right back underway. But overall, great showing by both of these teams. Again, just very impressive by Wildcard to keep things together and able to force this map 3, especially what they're showing on Cafe. And Flynn, I think that we filled for enough time, my friend. This game looks like it is going back in, and we just got it from production. Ladies and gents, you guys can come back from the fridge, stop using the bathroom. We've got a game to cast.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting back underway now. It still stands as a 2-0 lead here, as you can see from the giant monitors, and the crowd erupts. We get back underway. It's a 2-0 lead here for NaVi on the defensive club, and that definitely took the air out of the arena. That took the air out of the sails of both of these teams. Could be an opportunity for a mental reset for Wildcard. Could be an opportunity for NaVi to slip up and Wildcard take advantage. Or Wildcard might have been maybe a little more upset about the situation that they were dealing with. They might have some troubles to contend with. We'll have to wait and see how this round goes, but a lot of what we mentioned in that break still rings true. And for NaVi here, you're looking to go for your clean sweep and run it right on back, try and get the 6-0 in the first half.
Well, NaVi is setting things up for CCTV now, and it seems to be, well, pretty standard. We are going to have an Evil Eye placed all the way over inside of Garage, which we don't see too often, but it's good for information game inside of Garage. Somebody can call out when he can possibly challenge from the catwalk. Could definitely help him out to win a couple of those gunfights, because that is going to be a hot spot for someone to win. And here's that statistic that we talked about earlier that was off your guys' screens, but on our screens.
Thanks. Thanks, Black. Thank you, CGG. I got to read the whole thing this time, which is nice.
We appreciate you, Spencer.
So, pretty standard lineup coming out from NaVi that they haven't changed. They haven't altered a lot of their operators throughout the entirety of this map, or in this entire match, honestly, for all 3 maps now. They have not seemed like they've wanted to swap a lot of operators. Kendra going to be attempting a bandit trick, and Ethan bringing the Capitao to try and counter that. Waiting for the window to get opened up, and I think he wants a teammate to do it, so the sound cue, obviously that para, very noticeable. Part of the wall is going to get opened up, and there goes the asphyxiating bolt. The nitro cell goes soaring, but it will not connect onto Ethan. Kendra's going to have to bail, and the wall is going to get opened up with relative ease here for Wildcard, waiting for runouts from the garage door, but none such will come. It's going to come down now to what Wildcard want to do. Do they want to transition for a construction take, or do they want to get Pi out of the rafters and push him through garage?
Very safe alternative to opening up the garage panel at the top right, then shooting the Capitao bolt from there, and a lot easier as well since it's at a distance, and now Capitao bolts have a drop off. If you guys did not know that, they do not travel straight anymore. They do have a drop off per distance, so that makes it a little bit easier for Ethan to always hit his mark. Now they have this panel open though, they're going to need the information game to come through to know where these gunfights need to happen. The main priority, take over garage.
Dirt Bay on the Hibana is going to open up part of the wall that was reinforced facing into the rafters, and that means that Pi doesn't have a whole lot of options here. Prone and no real opportunity to stand back up, being pinged out now as he constantly prones back and forth against those flat panels on the rafters. Dirt Bay gets off the angle, but Diesel will take down Citizen off screen and towards the bar. So it looks like that was your roamer that was looking to do a lot of damage for NaVi, and he'll be set to rest now as 48 seconds tick away on the clock. This is looking good for Wildcard.
Quite a bit of damage on the Pi as he'll get burnt alive upstairs. Nowhere to go but up, and by up I mean the heavens. Wildcard now in the lead by 2 for the man advantage. NaVi trying to battle things back, make this a perfect rotation parameter, but Wildcard has other inklings in their mind as they shut down Kendra as well. It's left up to 2. They have the information on saves for cash as Toxic Babes continue to pour in. Only 17 seconds. This is definitely doable if they can find the man with the diffuser, which is going to be Diesel. But now they have garage control. Saves is going to have to get aggressive. He's out of those Toxic Babes. He's rotating in, but Nello's rotating away. Oh no! Saves takes down 1, but it's going to be an immediate rotate. He tries to go down for the nitro cell. Can he possibly get it? No, it's going to be the impacts, and it's not going to be enough. Oh no, Nello. He goes for the intelligent rotate, but it's not going to work out in his favor. And NaVi more than likely losing their first round on Clubhouse.
Yeah, it's down to Nello to do a little bit of damage control, maybe pad some stats and try and deflate the team of Wildcard. in terms of bringing this back to a closer round, but he's gonna have to rip back up cash stairs here. He's breaking his own barbed wire to get rid of the sound cube. He's being shot from inside of the lower portions of Garage by Neofighter. All it takes is one shot from either weapon to dispatch of both of these operators doing battle. Killing a little bit more time here, but Neofighter will shut it down with a pistol in hand. We get back on track here for Wildcard, getting an attacking win back in the column. It's a good round there for Wildcard and good individual picks. Good pacing there as well, and a lot more objective focus instead of roam clearing that time from Wildcard. I love to see the adaptation.
Work the checklist, and that's exactly what they did. They got the garage control they needed. They quickly got the CCTV wall open. Some intelligent use with that Capital as well. That angle's actually pretty new to me. Usually we still see everyone rotate down to garage, use the Kairos pellets on the top right panel of the right-hand side of the garage, and then shoot it up through the window. Not this time around, and that's going to be two really good uses, actually, of Capital in the round.
Round there from everyone on Wildcard pushing through, and for NaVi there, again, you took a shot, going for that swing out from the pool table window, but ultimately it came down to that wall getting opened up so easy thanks to the presence of the Capital, opting not to ban it. Knowing they'd be starting on the defense, they instead take out the Maverick, which is understandable, and Wildcard, knowing that they would be starting on the attack, opt to get rid of the Jackal instead. Now with the roam presence that's been brought out from NaVi on both of the sites that they've won, maybe a Jackal ban has been the difference maker here that's really tripped up Wildcard. But on that round there, the Capital, it's too impressive. It's too oppressive, honestly. And right now for NaVi, they're gonna look to get back on track as themselves as they head downstairs on the defense. I like this idea. It really comes down to whether or not Kendra's gonna have the same kind of freedom.
I don't believe he is. You can see by how he's setting up the Valkyrie cameras that they're not going to be going for that aggressive roam game again. He's putting those Valkyrie cams inside of kitchen, a couple inside of bar. Don't have to worry about that area too much if you are on that roam game. So since they're going to be setting up for that info, you're more than likely going to be seeing a lot of explosives used down low to try and get those early frags inside of kitchen. And hopefully it's somebody important. That's what you always hope for when you go for those nitro cell kills.
You see the drone work coming out from Wildcard. A lot more focus paid to the top floors this time, waiting to find Kendrew. Where is he lurking? Where is he waiting? Instead, it's 5 on site right now for NaVi. No stretch, no press up blue stairs, no press up the main stairs. Nobody taking any chances right now for NaVi as they want to try and secure this lead and make sure they cushion it once again. They had the 2-round advantage pretty simply, honestly, starting off the map. Wildcard strikes back, and they're only one within tying it. And realistically, on the attacking side of Clubhouse, you're really only supposed to get 2 rounds. So they're 1 away from hitting their quota to at least maybe head us to an overtime scenario. Right now for Wildcard, they don't have to deal with the roam. Their breachers are left alive to actually conduct some breaching as opposed to the last time they attacked this bomb site. Much better situation coming out from Wildcard. But like I've mentioned a couple times now, their site executes have been pretty poor, and that's going to be the difference maker on Clubhouse. If no one's roaming, all you got to worry about is your site execute, but if that's been poor, NaVi are looking to take advantage.
Ethan with some nice reconstructive surgery on the floor. That verticality is extremely important on this site inside of Clubhouse. You're able to control it the entire time. Lockers is not a safe place to be. You'll have to play over near AK or near boxes or dummies in order to have some safe haven. And if you're also getting pressured from blue, then you're more than likely going to die or have to abandon ship into mud tunnels. So some good allocation so far from NaVi, but the timer is getting dangerously low, and they still have a lot of area that they need to cover.
My big concern right here is Nello on the Kaid. What is he opting to prioritize the Kaid electric claws for? Is it church wall, or is it going to be the hatches that have been primarily opened up? There's still 1 on the kitchen hatch. I don't know if he has a second one in the back pocket or not, but the Hibana X Kairos will ring it onto the church wall regardless. And it looks like they will not be impeded. Smoke's come pouring out of the back pocket now from Saves as he just tries to keep himself alive out of pure desperation. The flashbangs go pouring in through those prone holes made. Neofighter carrying the diffuser will drop into Moto as well, and Saves trying to battle out between a rock and a hard place, but he'll get down beyond his own deployable shield, and he'll be finished off now. Filling right back in his position will be Kendrew, though, and there he goes. A burst into church from Neo, and Wildcard looking to tie things up. The plant going down from Neofighter. Citizen trapped inside of blue. He'll take down 1 on the diesel. The ping's coming out, but they'll be well late. The plant completed. Citizen with 2 now. Now with another one. Apex on. Oh my! The clean sweep. Retake by NaVi. 3-1.
If you're gonna put all your eggs in one basket, you gotta put them in the black and yellow basket right now, because my Christ, is NaVi coming to play. We thought it was gonna be all in the bag for the likes of Wildcard. Stack the deck is what they've been saying, but that deck and house of cards has been knocked over in that round. They had everything in the world they could possibly want to hold that down, that diffuser, Flynn, but the pre-fires come through for NaVi, and they just start stacking bodies in round 4. What an impressive retake. I was sitting here thinking, oh my God, they're just gonna let him into church. What is happening? We're just gonna get a free plant. They just have to hold it from main. This should be an equalization round right here. But it doesn't go their way, especially off of the back of Citizen's efforts.
Honestly, Citizen and Nello here on the round. Just beautiful work. 3 on the round for Nello, 2 on the round for Citizen. That's all she wrote. The clean sweep on the retake there. Just barely any damage taken from NaVi's side either. There's a 3v5 on the retake in a post plant.
Who needs teammates?
Executed flawlessly. So once again, we're going to have NaVi, instead of opting to go to CCTV and cache, that's the one bomb site they've lost so far. Again, they're going to make their secondary bomb site on their second run through. Going to be Gym Bedroom. What do you think? They changed it at the last second. Never mind, they're going back to CCTV.
Yeah, they're going back to CC.
It was Gym Bedroom before we launched the round, all right?
I was letting the brain process.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I almost had it. They changed it on me.
All right, well, going to be the same setup for NaVi, so Pi is going to be the one you have to worry about here if Wildcard is able to, make lightning strike twice on their CCTV take, which last time was extremely well executed. They were able to get the wall open very fast, still had 2 minutes on the board when that happened, and then they were able to just pace out, take over garage control, get Pi out of there, get a diffuser down. We almost had a heroic play come through from the likes of the Kaid, but it did not work out in the end as he just allocated his impacts to the wrong area on the floor.
Both hard breachers looking to, again, try and get this wall open with ease like they did last time around. And honestly, there was no struggle, but there's no capital this time from Wildcard. Possibly not expecting that they'd go back to CCTV and cache, and it seems like that might be the difference maker on the entirety of the round, as Kendra might have freedom to bandit trick this time instead of being forced off, but instead Kendra taking a lot of damage there. The wall's going to get opened up all the same. So not needing the capital will be Wildcard, and honestly, doesn't look like they really were expecting to be attacking towards CCTV and cache, but they make the best of a poor situation.
Very intelligent play there from Wildcard. They used Imoren and used the Zofia trick through the drone hole with the concussion in order to stop the animation of putting the bandit battery down, which allows you to open up that wall because obviously Bandit is allowed to bandit trick anymore. You can usually counter that out by putting a barricade in between that section and then punching out the top of the barricade instead of the bottom so that you do not get that proximity detonation from that concussion.
Drone coming in, and it looks like, again, Wildcard have also changed the strategy a little bit here. We got more of a construction take than we do a garage take right now, but realistically, Wildcard, they stormed the bomb site through the breach hole last time around. It worked out pretty well from them. And there goes, saves the hands of Ethan with that frag grenade. Goes soaring over the wall, and now the wall will be opened up. Kendra down to the top of cache stairs as well. Citizen going for a flank, though. Up the cache stairs, looking to revive his teammate. Looks like it was more explosive damage that was the lethality there for Kendra as he made his way into garage. But again, Citizen tripped up by the alteration as well. Wildcard going for that construction push. Looks like they're going to descend into cache momentarily.
They could be in some trouble, but Nello will be taken down by Imoren on the rappel. Citizen as well as Kendra trying to rotate up cache stairs. He picked Kendra up, who was bleeding out on the top of those cache stairs. They'll get droned out now. They need to get this diffuser down. It's the likes of Diesel's hands, but Neophyte will continue to shove this round into their favor as he takes down Citizen. Kendra on a very deep rotate as well. Diffuser still has not been allocated. They need to get it down. This could be a flawless round as Diesel starts the process, and it's going to be Derp to find Wildcard round 5, and that's going to be flawless.
Another strong strike back there onto CCTV and cache for Wildcard, and again, it comes off the back of being able to open up the CCTV exterior wall for essentially free. They do a lot of damage, to Kendrew, the bandit trying to trick the wall. It just doesn't really work out there for NaVi. So will they stick with the gym bedroom? Okay, yes, the clock hits 0. We're not going to
making sure this time.
Yep. We're going to head over to gym bedroom, and Kendrew initially selecting the castle. Will probably telegraph that to the side of Wildcard. And it doesn't look like he's going to be going for a 6-pick either, locking that in. And previous round there, again, Wildcard seemed to love to attack in towards CCTV and Cash. They've hit their quota. You're really only supposed to win 2. It's just the weird bomb site that they're winning it on that's working out for them. Could they even push this to a 3-3? Gym bedroom last time around, they stalled out towards the Cash push. If they swap that up and push over to the opposite side and just focus Jacuzzi and Master Bao with one person holding that server window, it could be an entirely different round for Wildcard.
NaVi so dominant on the other 2 sites, but it seems like they just can't find their mark on CCTV. Maybe they do need to take your advice and go to bar stock. But, I mean, for right now, it might be just a shift up in game plan. They're still more than likely going to be going into this at 4-2, which, as you said, is expected out of Clubhouse. But if not, we're going to be at that equalization of 3-3 in rounds. And Wildcard has been looking pretty good on offense. The big question mark is, though, how are they going to perform on defense? So far, NaVi has been able to show out, again, on those other 2 sites. CCTV just really not working out for them.
Well, despite what I was kind of hoping for here for Wildcard, looks like they're, again, going to be stacking pretty heavy for a Cash clear. My only point of advice, even though they can't hear me right now, would be to ramp things up. You got to get going faster. You cannot spend 2 minutes outside of Cash, not making any progression. Ethan, honestly, like I said, the ability to get into bar, precarious. The ability to get into stock, though, and breach underneath the man holding in Cash, that's almost free real estate. There shouldn't be anyone typically roaming over there. That's your entry point. That's what can honestly expedite the situation that Wildcard have been trying to deal with in terms of clearing out Cash. If he can get underneath, although it does look like there is actually someone down in the basement right now for NaVi, that would be a much better instigator for Wildcard.
I think that's a perfect word to describe what Wildcard needs to do. Expedite the process. And not only that, but choose the proper processes to expedite, because it continues down this reign of we're just doing too many things at once. We need to focus on one. Once we get that off the list, then we continue on. We don't have 5 people doing 5 separate things. We have 5 people working on 2 separate things. If Wildcard is able to channel that, then I could see this going to an equalization mark.
And that would be the best case scenario, honestly, if you're Wildcard. Being able to take it 3-3, considering how your site executes have been going. I mean, you could also make an argument that their attack downstairs the second time around into the basement in that post plant probably should have been a win for them as well. I mean, Wildcard are hanging toe-to-toe with NaVi through the entirety of this map to start things off. Again, it's focusing their efforts on one individual effort or one individual mission instead of trying to get caught up, like you said, with the individuality.
Well, a minute remaining for Wildcard to try and do something. They've been taking quite a while on clearing Cash, but NaVi not home inside of there. They set up some of the reinforcements, but not going to dedicate a body inside. And now Wildcard is going to be handling the west side of the map a little late here. Only 50 seconds, but they haven't even got Jacuzzi wall open. That's going to be the main priority, and that's what that exothermic charge going off in the distance is more than likely going to be opening. Yes, it will be Diesel over on Jacuzzi balcony. So now that they've gotten that handled, this is where the information game comes through. You have to figure out where these players are. That's going to be a free kill for Kendrew to start things off. And this execution happening so slow for Wildcard again. They need to try and ramp things up. Impact grenades pouring in now, but NaVi's got them shut down at every single corner. They've already knocked down the thermite as well, but it's going to be a trade as Ethan's able to trade things out inside a bathroom. Amorin continues to force it, but it's Wildcard waking up all of a sudden. They've already picked up the thermite as well, so it's going to be a 4 versus 2. Only 4 seconds remain. They need to be able to get a diffuser down. Who hasn't? It gets knocked out of his hands, and NaVi went around on time.
Unbelievable flank there. I'm pretty sure that was Citizen on the Bandit to swing around through construction. Nobody from Wildcard paying any attention to their back as they were more concerned with, I believe it was Pi on the Valkyrie on the main stairs and getting that plant down. Unfortunate timing as he had just pushed into Jim, and all he really needed to do was get the plant down going in Jim behind the rest of the wall, but instead he looks towards construction, he exposes himself, the diffuser hits the ground, and in a 3v1 in favor of Wildcard, they still lose the round on time.
I'm just going to say one thing. Objective priority. They had none of it that time around. CCTV, they got the diffuser down almost every single time, if I can remember correctly. But going into this, you have the diffuser in your hands. There's only 4 seconds. You have to extend that. You guys have man advantage. You have everything in the world. And then you try and challenge in towards someone on construction door? I mean, it begs the question, Flynn, what are you really doing, buddy? You have to put that diffuser down.
It might have been a situation of the revive, because I don't think that was, I don't think it was Diesel that died there. I think it was someone else carrying the diffuser. So I think during the revive, after Diesel was downed, the guy who picked him up accidentally picked up the diffuser and nobody knew it. I'd have to run back the tape to be sure.
You had the diffuser because when it died, no one else had it.
Yeah, so...
Either that or was sitting off in Narnia. That could also be a thing.
I'd have to run the tape back to be sure on that one, but that's just a miscommunication there for Wildcard and a missed opportunity to level things at 3-3. The good news is, like we said, though, throughout the entirety of that first half, that's your quota. You got 2. It's 4-2. That's your standard half break on club. Doesn't look like NaVi is looking to slow down anytime soon, though. We're going to get a knock coming out from Citizen as well. 6 picking off of the Capitao. And here we go. Got the different ERC, the Hell Presence reduction all the way down main stairs. This could be Citizen making a clip in the making.
And Nook on land. He's going to have to wait for the Hell Presence reduction to come back, though. He's worked his way all the way downstairs. The issue is, though, that camera can see your feet if you're inside of that corner. So if someone's on it, he's going to be in a world of hurt. Pre-fires to run out of there after he gets marked by a cam that was in the hands of Wildcard's Mozzie.
Yeah, that was Diesel droning him down the main stairs, and there's another drone inside of Moto waiting for him. The shots will rattle off from that FMG9, but it doesn't look like Citizen has got that clean entry that he was looking for. There's still a member, I think it's Neo, playing underneath the kitchen hatch, and Sage taking damage from towards the dummy boxes. This is a lot of resistance being applied here from Wildcard to try and slow down NaVi.
The turtle setup working out so far. Long angles with ACOG seems to be the name of the game, and it will bag them the first kill as Neo actually with the MPX instead. No cog needed, just get it with the 1X as he continues to force the opposition. Diesel to tack on as well with the Nitro Cell. Kendra trying to find one behind B3, but he can't. Derp's gonna fire back, and all of a sudden it's up to Nello, poised on main stairs with nothing to do except probably cry that the round didn't go his way. But intelligent thing to do here, Flynn, use this as a timeout. Don't do anything. Just sit on main and talk it out. Yeah,
you still got your tack timeout, your official one in the back pocket. Use this as an unofficial one. That's sitting on main, and look, they're talking it out, making sure that everyone is aware of A, what went wrong, B, what you need to focus on for the next round. This is looking very good here for Wildcard. Obviously, they split the half 4-2. The opportunity, honestly, came for them to be leading 4-2 after the first half, given those couple rounds they could have won. The diffuser's in dirt, so yeah, Nello's not going to move. We're going to let the timer expire on this one. Ethan, I think as well, he's poised to make a position as the drone's going to come up the main stairs as well, and it's going to force Nello to react. He's going to get back into the game, just try and stay alive a little bit longer for the rest of his teammates to continue talking things out.
Imagine he wins the round after this. That would be actually insane. I just sat on main stairs talking for practically an entire minute, and then I'm going to win out the round. No one's more than likely going to give him the time of day, though. 3 fires in towards lockers. Gets lit up, but more than likely someone rotating from up top. Yeah, it's going to be Ethan, who's currently poised by Moto Hatch. He's in behind the bar. Nello's going all the way upstairs, continuing to extend this time into the favor of NaVi, where they can talk things out. But overall, going to be Wildcard's round, and really, what else did you expect? Also, just to notate it, it's going to be flawless.
Yeah, it's a flawless round. It's kind of a letdown for the last minute there just because they were talking things out. And, hey, it's fair game. You're more than well within the rules to be able to do that. So, an unofficial tactical timeout taken there by NaVi to try and regroup. That's the defense downstairs 1, though, mirroring what NaVi did to start off the game. Wildcard looking also, yeah, to mirror what NaVi did. Get those first 2 defenses, level things up at a 4-4, and then it's anyone's ball game. We're still getting a knock here from Citizen, though. No, there we go. We're not getting a knock from Citizen. He's going to 6-pick off to the Ash. Last time around, it was really just a stall out towards the base of the main stairs here, and Neo going massive underneath the kitchen hatch. In the depths of armory there, no one really able to push him out, and he gets those 2 opening picks, and that was the difference maker on the round right there. All the momentum stopped dead for NaVi on the attack.
So fair play on both sides, especially for NaVi, just taking that unofficial tactical timeout like you were saying. Wildcard Again, they get to sit there and talk things out as well. They more than likely figured out that 30 seconds in, after they didn't see him on any piece of information, that they're more than likely doing that. So Wildcard being able to talk things back and forth as well. This is always a two-way street when it comes to that kind of game. Wildcard now, though, going to be allocating themselves over to Gym Bedroom as well. So there's no CCTV hold to start off our second round for Wildcard's defensive set.
Yeah, mirroring each other, honestly, in their favor of bomb sites, and the way CCTV cash was going for NaVi, understandable. The way Gym Bedroom almost went for NaVi, though, that could have been a big game changer there for Wildcard had they not lost that diffuser earlier with 3 seconds left in the round. For NaVi on the attack, though, same kind of thing applies that we were talking to Wildcard about. Just limit your exposure and try and push as a unified force for one objective. The good thing is, though, that NaVi have been winning a lot more of their gunfights than Wildcard have for this entire series. So you might feel like you have a little bit of freedom to kind of run around. Citizen on Ash again, by the way, yeah, that's nightmare fuel if you're Wildcard.
Yeah, he's going to be looking at you in your sleep more than likely for a couple of days here. But for the roster of Wildcard, Neo has been lighting the world on fire. And, I mean, it really begs the question on why Fnatic ever decided to drop that man. It might have just woken him up. I haven't seen him play with Fnatic for so long, I really couldn't even draw it back from memory as opposed to how he was doing near the tail end of that stint. But I can definitely tell you with Wildcard, he is here to play. NaVi, once again, going to be on the offensive side. Was unable to find too much on the last round, but now they're going to be attacking Gym Bedroom, which they're holding it relatively the same. The only weird thing that was seen overall, besides Citizen moving up main stairs right now, is that they have a reinforcements on both panels for Bathroom, as Ethan is misdrone inside of Trip Club.
Playing a little ring around the rosy around the edge of that stairwell there as Ethan will hunt Citizen all the way back up the main stairs. So again, Citizen trying to get cheeky in the last 2 rounds. You know, the knock trying to go immediately down the main stairs as Kendra will take down Emerin. So there goes your bandit. No possibility for a trick onto the bathroom wall anymore. But Citizen, you know, he's trying to start things off hot very early, and it's not really working out. It's well read by Wildcard thus far. So he'll be a rotting corpse there on the main stairs. Nello, though, will take down Diesel. There goes your smoke player as well. That's from outside. Not a well-advised peek there from the smoke. A beautiful shot from Nello, I presume. And you still got Neofighter, though, inside of CC, holding for the server window, waiting for anyone from NaVi to get onto the master balcony.
Wildcard's just getting too excited. They keep giving NaVi these freebies. They just keep trying to walk through the rotations. NaVi's already got him cut off. And then it allows you to bag a couple of kills and make things equal. Well, for all intents and purposes, this time around is going to give NaVi the lead, at least on man count. 35 seconds, and they have plenty of time to get this diffuser down. It's going to be in Kendrew's hands as who you want to pay attention to. Where is he going to move? How are they going to set up to try and hold his angles? He's actually just going to plant fully inside of the bathroom. They're going to have to try and rotate in through logistics, but they have all the angles shut down. But no, he drops it, and all of a sudden, 2 quick kills for Wildcard, and now NaVi have to try and battle back. Oh no, what a shot from Nello to shut him down on the window. Derp to pick up 1, and all of a sudden it's a 1v2 with 6 seconds. I don't believe he can possibly do it. They're both playing safe, and this is going to be a wild card round as they find the equalizer.
Back-to-back rounds for Wildcard on the defense. The fans appreciating that Wildcard's getting back in this game, and why wouldn't they? They're now on the defense. Like I said, head into that second half with your head held high. Make sure you do not get down on yourself. And for NaVi right now, I think Citizen is getting a little bit ahead of himself early on. That's causing some problems. Wildcard are definitely not innocent from making mistakes themselves. Diesel, I did not see where he got caught out from, but boy, oh boy, your smoke losing to a man outside on a rooftop, that is not what you want to have happen. The good news is, though, Wildcard still secure the round by Kendra trying to plant in front of an Evil Eye, and that was well repelled there for Wildcard. So we get back into things. We're going to CCTV and Cash to see if Wildcard can take the first lead here on Clubhouse. Oh, that was through a barricade. Never mind. I apologize, Diesel. Did not know. That's just tough.
You poor thing.
That's just honest. That's just tough.
That's the beauty of Siege. Sometimes you just shoot through a random wall and you're like, oh.
That's a kill.
That's a kill.
I'll take that.
Hey.
All right. I retract everything I said about Diesel. Just
it wasn't your fault, Diesel.
Stay a little bit safer. That's all I'll say.
All the soft walls are haunting me.
Yeah.
No.
Well, they're going to drop the smoke entirely now on the defense, and it looks like everyone right now for Wildcard looking to try and make it 3 in a row with the CCTV cash defense. We'll see if they fare better than NaVi as they went 0 for 2 on this site. And honestly, if you're Wildcard, honestly, as long as you go 1 for 2 on this site, you're in a better position than NaVi was. Even if you don't win it here, if you can complete the rotation all the way down to the bitter end in round 12, you're still in the driver's seat of this match.
Yeah, NaVi's been able to battle back from upset alert after that first map, but now, if Wildcard are able to complete this entire rotation of sites, it gets pretty dicey, because then what are you going to do? I mean, you know the setups already, but there's still going to be a very long road ahead of you. This time around, though, Nello to start us off instead, taking down Neo, who's been so effective throughout all of Clubhouse. He has the most frags out of anyone in the entire lobby.
Well, Citizen pushing in slowly through dirt as well, going for a basement clear, but knowing that Neo's down now, they should know that that's the roaming presence basically taken care of right now for Wildcard. You still have Emorin looking to try and trick, and as I say that, he's going to get ripped apart by the lifeline of saves. So CCTV and Cash seems to be a struggling point for both of these teams on the defense. Citizen doing battle with a prone Ethan underneath a door frame as he's in behind these boxes trying to go for the drone. Can he spot the side of the body? That little crack in between the boxes is shootable, but Nello will take down Diesel as well, and just missing the cross there. Citizen will escape with his life. The 5v2, Derpe trying to get aggressive onto the wall. It won't work out. It's a flawless round for NaVi to strike back fear into the hearts of Wildcard.
Wildcard not able to find the lead just yet. Continuing on this, well, troubled path of just being able to find that equalizer and then nothing coming from it. The only time that they've had the lead throughout this entire series so far, Flynn, was when they won Cafe all the way on map 1. That feels like ages ago. I'm pretty sure I've aged twice since we've been here.
Hey, it's been a hotly contested one. And that's a weird thing to say with a 7-1.
Yeah, it is.
Still feels like a lengthy game.
Even that map, every single round, you're just like on the edge of your seat going to, oh my God, what is happening?
That's the thing, though, with the rounds being so close, it does make it feel a lot longer.
No.
And yeah, just no chance there for Emorin trying to go for the bandit trick. CCTV Cash continues to plague these teams on the defense, and it's a I don't know, it's a weird setup. Usually your gym bedroom is your tougher one to win, but both of these teams well adept at taking care of their gym bedroom defenses, whether by a little bit of a throw from the attacking team or not.
And the thing is like they're not even doing the castle setup, which is what you always see to be able to bandit trick Jacuzzi wall. And they're just not doing it. Like, we don't need it. It's fine.
Bandit tricking in general in this game has been shut down.
Oh, yeah.
That is ice cold right now. That is not a strategy that's going to offer you a whole lot. Looks like Wildcard, though, going for a bit of an extended roam here. They're defending in the basement, but we're reinforcing the CC exterior wall. We've got rotates and kill holes made by Ethan upstairs. Neofighter is joining him, and it looks like Emorin as well is upstairs in the garage rafters. The first thing I see, if I'm NaVi, you rush dirt, you rush blue, you take over site and play for the retake.
They dedicated a lot of utility upstairs. If you guys were paying attention to Mozzie, he'd put 2 of his pests upstairs as well. So that entire mid-level as well as the basement, free reign for your drones to rotate through.
Well, it looks like NaVi, again, not going to take my advice, and I don't blame them. I'm not the one playing the game. They're going to actually entertain this roam clear right now. And honestly, the way they're shooting, I don't blame them. But for Wildcard, this is a perfect opportunity to, again, equalize and make sure you're killing time. That's the name of the game on Clubhouse and the defense, is make sure you're burning that clock down to zeros and make sure there's not a lot of progression coming from the attacking side. Emorin's going to get droned out inside of the garage rafters. He's got plenty of rotation opportunities, and Nello doesn't have the greatest of angles towards him. He can only shoot through about half of those rafters, so as long as Emorin stays towards the ramp side of that rafter, he's still in a safe position, and it's going to take a pinch from NaVi to displace him from this nice little spot he's made.
They're going to need some support. NaVi needs to work together. That's one of the most effective. Don't try and give Wildcard those ones. That's how you start throwing rounds, and they are 1 round away from putting us on map and match point. It's exactly what they need. This drone play so far has been extremely effective. They've been able to get the information on the board that's needed in order to take over the sectors of the maps that they want. You need to get Kendrew inside as well as your other hard breach in order to dispatch these hatches and then start focusing on site. You're already halfway through the round. We haven't opened one just yet.
Nello still holding for rotations upstairs. It looks like Ethan has now gone up the cache stairs, and Emorin has abandoned his spot inside of the garage rafters. seemingly making his way back down as far as I know, but feet gonna be exposed momentarily, but no shots are gonna land from saves. Not a single one connecting onto, I believe that was Diesel downstairs as he peeked out into the hallway. 60 seconds now remain for NaVi, and they have not made a lot of progress in terms of hard breaching or opening up any of these soft hatches that have been made. Or left abandoned now by this defense. Hitting the lesion mines that are strewn across the map as well will continue to burn the clock on NaVi's side.
Almost every single member of Wildcard is visible inside of the site. I don't believe we have a single roamer. No, they are all on site. Has to worry about blue now, though. Citizen got a goot mine in his foot. Could possibly get challenged as there's now 2 people occupying the space. Ethan to take down Nellos. They're continuing to fight for control. But did he end up killing himself? I think that he did. Was that a kill with the exothermic charge? What happened there? Seemed to be a blunder, but no, it's going to be trades going back and forth, and all of a sudden it's just saves by himself to try and push this to map and match point. 15 seconds remain. No one's going to be taking this gunfight as he rotates into church. So this is going to be a wild card round, and all of a sudden we are equalized once again.
Turns the corner. He'll get one down for the trouble. He actually does collect the kill, but at the end of the day, it doesn't accomplish anything. An impactless frag, as Parker would like to say. So we draw even once again at a 5-5 scoreline. Oh boy, are we getting close to the bitter end here between Wildcard and NaVi. It's been an explosive match filled with upsets, filled with throws, filled with just energetic, explosive fireworks of rounds. And it all comes down to 2 rounds here in regulation and possibly 3 rounds in overtime. So Wildcard stands at a difficult spot. NaVi is going to take a tactical timeout, and I'm not really shocked by that. Wildcard stands at an interesting precipice. They're going to go to gym bedroom, apparently. They have it locked in for the moment, but they still have time on the clock. Okay, timer started ticking again, and then we're back to normal. So we're still on attack timeout here. You've won gym bedroom defense once, but you've lost CCTV cash. If you win your gym bedroom defense, you got to go cash or bar stock. If you lose this, you do get a chance to repeat, but all signs indicate we're going to overtime unless Wildcard can be the first team to actually get a CCTV cash win. That really does look, he did kill himself with a thermite charge. I was going to say, it really does look like he just blew himself to hell.
Got to know that timing better, Kendrick. Come on, my man.
Tried to rush in on it, and that just didn't work.
Glenn, do you know what NaVi and Wildcard's favorite playground piece is? It's the teeter-totter. That's what it is. That's what we're currently on right now. It's a vicious cycle. No one can possibly win CCTV.
It's such a bad show.
Everyone's extremely dominant across the board on every other site. So if we continue this, then we're more than likely going to OT. The good thing for Wildcard is right now, though, going into this, is that they're able to more than likely hit map and match point right now. The issue is then, though, you have to go to CCTV.
Well, the benefit for Wildcard, considering that NaVi won the most rounds out of maps 1 and 2, they got to pick starting side for regulation for map 3, in which they chose to start on defense. That means Wildcard got to pick starting side for overtime. I don't imagine a world in which they would have elected to take attack to start overtime.
Could you imagine?
So we're looking pretty solid here for possibly a Wildcard win. That is, if everything follows the trend. NaVi can still piece together 2 attacking rounds right here and right now and shut us all up and send themselves to the semifinals. But Wildcard still well in this game.
Yeah, it's very difficult to call at this point, and I think that the best description is what we used all the way back on map 1. It's just blow for blow, punch for punch. You really can't choose a winner just yet. No one's had such domination that was stringed together through rounds on this map. The only map that we saw those really happen were the first 2. Specifically, the second one on Coastline where NaVi just took the reins and never let up.
So again, we worry about the balcony presence, and we worry about how much investment NaVi is going to put into the clear on the far side, and it looks like we might be finally falling away from that cache clear. EMP will come out. Stun canisters not necessary, as the drone will confirm there's no bandit close. Citizen going to burst on in through the breach. Dealing with some electricity from the bathroom wall, but he's going to get rid of that evil eye and push right on into Jim, looking for any feet for these kill holes. The drone's coming through, not spotting anyone inside of Master, and Citizen has full entry, rushing in towards the bathroom. Oh, but he gets shut down by Ethan, and there it goes. Wildcard looking to put us on match point themselves.
Well, they have the jacuzzi wall open. Rest of NaVi now pouring in through the hole. EMPs onto the roof to try and get rid of some of these ADSs, as well as the bandit batteries that were on the bathroom wall. They need to try and get this wall open to dig Morin out of his bunker. They still have plenty of presence across the map, though. That was really just everything in a bag, throw it at the wall, hope that it sticks, and NaVi definitely not on the winning end. And this could change all of this into Wildcard's favor. Stuns pour in, but they have to commit. You can't burn all that utility and not go. By with the first kill, Derp's gonna bag the second. It's gonna be a trade. Can he get the transfer? No, he can't. Neo to win it out. Wildcard still with man advantage, but that doesn't mean Pie and Saves can't bring it back. It's only one man, but the issue is now, though, Neo's still alive, and he's Legion. You can put Goom mines everywhere, and Ethan's already transferred downstairs. As soon as Pie stands up, he's gonna have a bullet placed in his head.
Trying to push in to get that gym control, just any kind of sight control. Saves the man carrying the diffuser, will push him, but he's last man standing, and he will fall. Neo Fighter will put Wildcard on the brink of one of the biggest upsets, and it looks like Wildcard are going to take a tactical timeout of their own to regroup and finally possibly be the first team to win CCTV cash defense.
Along with that tactical timeout, there's something that's been used for a very, very long time inside of sports and esports, and it's called icing. You know exactly what that is, obviously. You want to put the other team on ice, make them think about the task in front of them. It's something you often see with kickers in American football. Make them think about it. They could get inside of their own head. You might as well do it now, as well as work on what you want to do and how you want to change things up for CCTV, because not a single team has been able to make it close on this bomb site just yet. We haven't had that much of a change instead of operator lineup. Obviously, you still have to hold down Garage. They could possibly try for some aggressive runouts from Master, but when it's obviously on match point, you're probably not going to be allocating yourselves to that. You might play for a Garage hold a little bit more aggressive, play somebody down low, something along those lines could definitely be in the cards.
Well, for Wildcard here, you got to feel the pressure. You got to feel the burn right now of possibly being the team to upset NaVi. NaVi, of course, headed into the half, up 4-2. For Wildcard, a great run of the defensive stance so far. It all comes down to this one defense if they want to win it in regulation. Should they follow the trend and lose this on defense, we head to overtime, where they will most likely begin on defense. We don't know for sure that they chose to start on defense. They had the choice, we know that much. But we go to CC Cash. One more round for Wildcard, for ANZ to possibly have a new champion right now and a new front runner for ANZ Siege. Wildcard looking to dethrone maybe Fnatic's position in terms of their results in the last few tournaments.
Well, they are going to be bringing the Kaid. They're not bringing the Bandit, so we could see a little bit of a change up on what the game plan is. Obviously reinforcing the garage panels, but that's standard. That doesn't show any signs of a major adjustment just yet. Going to dedicate some barbed wire downstairs as well, and it seems to be everything's in order for a standard setup for CCTV. Flynn, we have ADSs up on Catwalk, put an Evil Eyes up to be able to look out towards balcony. That's all you really want when you're going to be holding down this site. But the issue is now, though, Wildcard has to win out on the trade game, which no one's been able to do. Can they hold down Garage? That's been the main focus of both of these teams on this CCTV attack.
Oof. Nice little parkour there from Derpe as he gets the Evil Eye up inside of the rafters. My big concern, though, is right now for NaVi, it's Citizen. He's run cold on the entries. I think he's 0 for 3 for the last 3 rounds, and he's tried to go for those extremely aggressive and solo quick entries that just have not been working out. But there goes the wall getting opened up, and no rush through this time from Kendrew. They did not manage to either Kaid trick or mute trick that wall. It's a tough look again here for Wildcard, as being able to stall that wall has not been a reality for either team on the defense.
Well, the thing is now for NaVi is just don't mess it up. You already have the wall open so early on. Do the checklist, stick to the game plan, because if you guys don't, Wildcard will do something crazy, and all of a sudden you're going to be going home on a plane with your heads held pretty low.
Well, there goes the Evil Eye watching in towards Cash, so that's limited intel, as they have a Mozzie drone hidden underneath one of those server racks in terms of knowing when a plant will be coming down. They still have Rafters control. It doesn't look like NaVi have any intentions just yet in terms of transitioning to a construction push. So this is going to be wall, and this is going to be garage, and they're going to have to handle this by clearing out Derpe from inside of the rafters. It's a pretty hard task. No Capitao to do such, but Citizen's going to slowly push into that garage breach directly underneath of Dirtbay now. Worrying about that Evil Eye that's up there as well. The flashbangs will burn out the ADSs and momentarily blind Dirtbay. Almost exposed here as Pi just cannot reach it. Looks like that Evil Eye stayed intact, but the flashbangs come raining through. Only a minute left and they'll partially blind Citizen, but they'll blind Dirtbay as well. He's just firing for all he's worth, but Pi will get the kill. They all burst into garage and they have the Rafters control.
So very dangerous. Citizen's taking quite a bit of damage as well. Pi on low HP, but they get the man out of garage that they needed. They needed to get Darp out of that catwalk in order to put a diffuser down, but they don't have any more smoke grenades or really any utility in order to blind the opposition in order to go for this. Wildcard can always rotate underneath as well. Diffuser's in Kendrew's hands, but Pi's gonna go for the double. He goes for the challenge. He's gonna continue to force it. They're trying to get back to sight. The Nitro Cell comes out. Can he possibly get the kill there? No, it sticks to the top. Are we going to OT? Neo gets one from outside as they're trying to battle for map control, but they have all of garage. It looks like NaVi's round, but this could be the kill that they need. They need to open things up, and no, it's gonna be saves. Neo Fighter challenging back through. Can he win it? No, he can't, and NaVi gonna be forcing us to OT.
It's a best of 3 rounds to decide who goes to the semifinals. Let me tell you, I don't think there's a lot of people out there expecting we'd be in this scenario. Map 3 gonna go all the way the distance into extra time. 12 rounds was not enough to decide a victor on Map 3. We're gonna need more, and I did predict correctly. We have Wildcard on defense. No more tactical timeouts in either team's back pocket. They've both utilized one in heading into round 12 and heading into round 11. Nice shot there from Pi as well in the long angle onto Emerin, and as well Nello. Just beautiful work from everyone on NaVi. And again, CCTV cash defense plagues both of these teams. But will someone finally come out on top and turn the tides in terms of the attacks on Club?
That's the big question. It has to happen in order for Natus Vincere to win this game, Flynn. Because if they're not able to win a defensive round, it's all over. You need to make your statement here. We have a shift up for Wildcard. They're throwing caution to the wind, Flynn. It's going to be a roam game, my friend. They're bringing the Maestro, or excuse me, they're bringing reinforcements upstairs. They're bringing the Vigil, and most importantly, they're bringing Mozzie with his pests in order to steal away drones from that offense and make it even harder to clear. Are they going to go directly towards site? You called for that last time. You said, look, if you know the roam game's going to come through heavy, just attack through blue and attack through dirt. You're able to pinch onto the box area and AK area of lockers. That's all you need in order to be able to get a diffuser down.
Well, that's the thing, is NaVi have looked so good in retake situations, whether they've been playing into the retake or playing the retake themselves. They've looked so incredibly strong in that position that I wonder why they wouldn't want to invest for it. But it's also one of those situations where, like I said, Citizen has been trying to get those quick entries constantly, and they've been failing him constantly. Right now, for Wildcard, you got to be ready to react quickly, though, because Saves is already inside a kitchen looking down through these kill holes. He spots one, and there goes Diesel. That means there's only one man left on site.
That's a huge pick. This roam game not working out for Wildcard. It should be all hands on deck. You need to rotate back, but now the issue is that NaVi seem poised to be able to shut down these rotations. And if they are, then NaVi is going to break this vicious cycle. They have the Nomad. That's a big change, being able to put those air jabs up to shut down these rotates back to site.
Talk about a team being able to win a defense on CC. Can a team win an attack on any other bomb site other than CC? It's been 4 for 4 basement, 4 for 4 gym bedroom. The impacts come flying up to the floorboards as part of the hatch was opened up by Pi, but the impact tricking doing enough to displace some of those X-Kairos pellets to leave it just a hole. You can't drop down. There's a flank coming down now down the cache stairs.
Intense play here between these two. Citizen has the air jab set up for someone rotating down cache. You can feel that nervous knot in your gut, folks, as we continue to break up the flooring inside of kitchen. This next peak is going to be everything they need. Kendra shuts down Derp. What a shot from Pi! Oh my God! They're trying to do it, ladies and gents. Emo is dead. Is this going to be a perfect round? He rotates it, but they can't get it. Natus Vincere break the vicious cycle.
They get that attacking round and they put themselves now on match point and series point. Semifinals on the horizon. Gig with a sigh of relief there, and a little bit of a smile breaks for most of the roster of NaVi as they feel it. You can see all of them now. They know it's so close. All they need is one defense. But NaVi just broke the trend. It now requires Wildcard to mirror it once again to win the attack towards the basement. NaVi heading to Church and Arsenal. They're going to take a castle, and they're going to 6-pick off of it to a Valkyrie to fake it.
This entire game, Flynn, is on a knife's edge. You can feel it in your body. You can feel it in your soul. Can NaVi pull a rabbit out of a hat when they are down going into overtime? They did not get to choose defense. The other team did. Wildcard was the one who was allocated there. They go downstairs. You flawless round them on their defense, which no one's been able to even get around on the entire map. And now NaVi are the ones with the gun in their hand. Can they pull the trigger? Can they make it to semifinals? Wildcard has a long road ahead of them. They have to battle through this round, which they've not been able to do throughout the entire series so far, in order to bring this back, in order to have a chance to not go home.
10 seconds to go.
Whoever does come away victorious in these last maybe round, possibly 2 rounds remaining, they'll head up against the victor of Ninjas in Pajamas versus Team Reciprocity tomorrow for the semifinals. It looks like NaVi is trying to lock in that ticket to play the winner of NiP versus Rec in our last game today. On the attack though, Wildcard haven't given up at any point, even when the analyst desk told them to. They're not looking to give up anytime soon. So pushing in, they'll be attacking in towards the basement. Don't have the Capitao, thankfully, as they weren't anticipating CC Cash being a likely scenario for NaVi to take. Again, there's not much of a roam coming out from NaVi, so Kendra goes for that first round roam. It really confuses and messes with Wildcard. But the last time they pushed onto this defense when Wildcard was attacking, they had the plant down, they had the 5v3, but they lost to a flawless retake by NaVi.
I mean, that take by NaVi was just so articulate. It was almost insane how well they were able to break down what Wildcard wanted to do. They read him like a book, Flynn. They knew they were going for the roam game. They bring the Nomad, and they're able to shut down everything that Wildcard was doing. But the issue is now, though, Wildcard has to follow suit. They have to go through this exact same motion in order to be able to battle back. NaVi going to be playing downstairs, and it's going to be a turtle setup, unlike what Wildcard was doing, where they had that roam game heavily placed upstairs. Wildcard cannot ignore this. They have to take these gunfights.
I mean, how could you not want to bunker up in this kind of situation? NaVi feeling it that they are inches away. Got a pre-placed nitro cell onto the kitchen floor, waiting for an entry from possibly Diesel, as Derpe's X-Kairos have always been allocated towards the church wall to make these prone holes. Drone coming into Church, and Kendrew very wary to not do any team damage. No mistakes right now. There goes the nitro, but it won't connect. Diesel looking to burn out any ADSs in towards the main hallway. Maybe for Ethan to try and drop a frag grenade in, as you got 2 members playing close to that double door on Church.
NaVi still poised inside of sight. Wildcard has a lot to do still with only a minute remaining. Not a single tick of damage done to anyone as Derp's last stun grenade pours into Church. Now allocating themselves over towards the church wall with these X-Kairos citizens still battling for blue control. They have the smoke grenades, but Nello's going to be down. Save's going to smoke again and then go for the pickup as he smoked off both possible entry points. An aggressive take here from Citizen, but he immediately gets shut down. It's traded. This round isn't going the way that it wants to, as Kendrew also bites the bullet. It's going to be a quick take through, though. Wildcard battling back. It's all up to Pi. It's a substitute for NaVi to shut it down. Neo's putting the diffuser down. Can he possibly burn him alive? No, he can't find the angle, as it will get planted. And we're going to max OT more than likely, unless Pi does something incredible here with this Alda. We've seen it done before with this exact same weapon in hand, but no! Wildcard gonna force it to max here on Clubhouse.
7-7. We gotta go the distance on Club to decide a winner here. It looked like NaVi had it in the bag. They won an attacking round onto a site that no one had won this entire map, and then Wildcard run it right on back, mirroring exactly. We're going the distance. Wildcard have the advantage on defense. It looks like they're going to gym and bedroom. It all comes down to the next 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
Can NaVi make lightning strike twice? That's the big question. A flawless round on their first attack inside of OT. You thought they had it in the bags. They had the game by the balls, Flynn, but then they let go. There was no chance in hell that they were getting through with that. The gunfights just did not fall their way. NaVi has been so incredible so far throughout this game, but this time around, at least in that round, Wildcard have the hot hand.
That round right there, that's all Dirtbag.
Absolutely.
Going for the entry in, getting both kills with the Bearing 9. An APAC team has never been able to beat an EU team in Pro League Finals events before. Could we see the very first time in history? Obviously, we have a lot of new teams here. No matter who wins the entire event, we will crown a new Pro League champion. But could it be one of the biggest upsets in only our second game of our quarterfinals? Wildcard on the defense, defending Gym and Bedroom to try and lock it out and send themselves with a date to the winner between Rec and Nip.
And the beauty of this matchup, Flynn, is that we're only halfway through the day, my friend. We're only halfway there. Truly incredible stuff coming out, and everyone at home, we know the rally games weren't the best, but this should definitely suffice for it, because my God, what a game so far.
So again, NaVi going for an almost identical take they utilized the last time. Good news is, though, Citizen isn't pushing in and losing that quick entry. Honestly, it could have been an entirely different round if Citizen had won that battle against Emorin, the bandit inside of the bathroom. But now for Wildcard, all you have to do now is kill 2 minutes and 13 seconds to move on to the semifinals. The drone's coming in from NaVi again, identifying that this is a very similar setup from the last time around. The difference, though, Citizen on the Nomad, that was a big difference maker as well. The last time they attacked towards the basement in the first round of overtime, being able to cut down rotations. Wildcard really like to play that slippery play style. It'll be up to NaVi to try and quell that.
Now they have opened everything that they possibly need. They have Jacuzzi, but now they need the entry frags. Wildcard, if they misstep, one kill could mean everything. Impacts now opening up the top as Kendra tries to get bathroom open. This is extremely important. Concussion's going to pour in, and that stops him. Oren, oh my God! Nello and Citizen Neophyter on the flank. He needs to find another to equalize. He pre-fires, but it's still going to be in NaVi's control. Pie's already passed away, but Kendra is still a hard destructor. They need to try and get the diffuser down now, though. They know Neophyter's off-site. Kendra is trying to open things up to try and get this diffuser down inside of Waits, getting rid of it with concussion grenades. They have the bathroom control for rotates inside of construction. Citizen still playing outside as well. As you can see, everybody and their brother is locked out, and Citizen gonna continue to drive it home. He's gonna continue to drive it home. That's a triple kill. It's all on Amorin, but it doesn't even matter. NaVi, Max OT, they blow the house down. Wildcard, what a fantastic showing, but it won't be enough.
NaVi pushed to the brink, but they prevail victorious, and you gotta give it up to Wildcard for one hell of a performance, one hell of an underdog game. For them to push it to round 15 on Clubhouse on map number 3, they took NaVi's map straight away from them, and they were down at the half, and they pushed themselves up to the 6-5, but they fall inches short. If you're Wildcard, you walk home, you go back to Australia with your heads held extremely high. Immense amounts of pride for Wildcard and their representation of all of APAC and ANZ specifically here in Tokoname. For NaVi, a nail biter, but you persevere. NaVi will face the winner of Rec versus Nip. That game will be the last one today.
I have to echo you on that. You cannot go home sad about this matchup.
No.
You did everyone inside of this building, everyone at home, your parents, all of that proud. What an incredible game, Flynn. I mean, my Christ, man, I'm sweating bullets over here and I didn't even play.
That was probably the best match. You know what? I don't want to say it's the best match we'll see, because that's selling the rest of the game short, right? This was everything you ever could have possibly asked for and more. Wildcard putting up an incredible performance, but now we have an interview. Matt, take it away on the stage.
Thanks very much, guys. Yes, we have another semi-finalist. It's NaVi! Eventually. Wow! What a finals weekend we are enjoying, and there's so much more of it to come as well, and we're going to see some more from you guys. So that was 3 maps, overtime, final rounds. Nello, there's a very small gap between you being up here talking now and you applauding Wildcard being up here instead. Was that the game you prepared for?
I mean, on 7-7, the only thing that goes through my mind is DreamHack Valencia against Giants. And we basically just said we don't want to lose this round, and we didn't lose it, so that's basically it.
Having lost in a situation like that before, I guess there's fire in the belly. You know that one hurt.
Yes, definitely.
So, you take out Wildcard, take out the APAC region, but of course there's a lot of eyes on you, and you were really the favorites for that game. You're #1, Europe. Now that is a big position to hold. That's, Empire territory, G2 territory, the #1 in Europe. Everybody thinks, well, that's a huge team to be wary of, but it wasn't expected this season. Let's be honest. Everybody thought, oh, Pro League champions Empire, they're going to come out on top of this thing. You're here. Those teams aren't. Can you tell us why it's worked so well this season?
I mean, we are new in Pro League, so this is our first season in Pro League. We said our first goal was to stay in Pro League, but of course we're aiming for top 2. And game by game, somehow it happened. Even with, we lost Doki midway on the second half. Basically, yeah, we just grinded a lot. We just grinded a lot from nobody to here, and it worked out.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people didn't see you coming. We know in the UK that you're 2-time ESL UK Premiership champions. Now you're top of EU. And you said your objective was just to stay in the Pro League. You're now in the top 4 of the finals.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy. But we are aiming to be the first, and we are going to do our best to lift the trophy. So.
One more thing I want to ask you. You managed to get this amazing and very big crowd here in Japan on your side. Despite not being the APAC team, there was a bit of this going on from behind the desk. Crowd with you, and that's sort of a thing that you'll thrive on.
Yes, I started it for fun, and it's actually unbelievable. So thank you, everybody. It's actually, I'm having so much fun at the moment, and on stage, playing in front of a crowd like this, it's amazing experience.
So this is really relaxed for you then. You're fine here. You're just like, I'm enjoying myself, and we'll just play with the crowd a bit.
I mean, it's my first time. Why not?
Why not? Anything you want to say to the fans who helped you win?
Basically, much love, guys. We wouldn't be here without you. So you've been basically everything to us, and support that we are getting from everywhere. It's hyping us up. So keep going.
Are you the new Empire?
We don't need to be Empire. We are NaVi.
There it is. They may well be Pro League champions tomorrow night as well, one step at a time. The semi-finals are yours, NaVi!